Sorry. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I haven't done this one in a while.
Como el agua que llueve del cielo.
Cabrón.
Te quiero porque quiero que me quieras, porque como tú no hay nadie más bonito en quiero brillar.
Chinga, qué pedo. Tranquilo, güey. Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Sorry for being late. I apologize. I'm working some long hours now. I'm not sure how I'm going to schedule this like for the future, but for now, I'm gonna try to start at 7, but most likely 7:30 to 8:30 for this week. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to. We've been talking about this like every show. Blue cities, New York City, California, sometimes Chicago. And I have a question. Why if you're conservative, if you want freedom, why do you still live in a blue city or blue state? Is it financial reasons? Is it family? Is it because you're comfortable? Like what's the reason? Like a lot of people migrated already, a lot of people moved. And if you're not happy somewhere, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from finding happiness? Have you even tasted freedom? Like, even if you live in a blue city like Atlanta, you could probably move somewhere else. I think Buckhead is dangerous. Atlanta got some dangerous places, but they're ruined. The same thing with Texas. Texas has Austin. Texas is getting kind of destroying it. But I said this like when in 2017 when I was traveling, I was in California. I met a lot of great patriots. And in California, there would, patriots that rallies every Sundays. Every Saturday and Sunday, save California while Trump was president. And I said to myself, why waste your time fighting for California? Just let them have it. Why waste our time fighting for New York? Just let them have it. Why don't conservatives, Republican, or people like, independents that lead more conservative or right wing move to Texas, move to Arizona, move to Florida, move to the red states before the blue people get there? Back in 2018, after I graduated, I moved to Texas for a while. Then Florida, I checked that out before returning to New York and leaving again. I wanted to check it out. I wanted to explore America. I spent a summer in California. From New York to California, I was like, California sucks. Beautiful weather, great, great marijuana, but not even the great cannabis will keep me in California. It's not worth it because I want to buy some good cannabis at a dispensary. I might get shot or robbed by a homeless person. It's not worth it. Same thing in New York. You're surrounded by blue people, right? They love to be homeless. Blue people love to be homeless. Blue people love the homeless. Blue people want to create a utopia, and while they create a utopia, they destroy it. Those are the blue people, ladies and gentlemen. We got to vote blue. The Bernie Sanders, the Kamala Harrises, the Hillary Clintons, the Bill Clintons, the Obamas, right? You got those people that that love blue. They bleed blue. I love blue. There's still people that love Biden. Biden is doing a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to like raise your blood pressure, try not to go onto Twitter. I have to go on Twitter sometimes to find articles and things to talk about and videos. And sometimes I read some of the comments. I consider this a waste of time replying back. I'll waste my time replying because they're just so That's one of the reasons I left Facebook a while ago because you start arguing with people on Facebook. I used to be one of those people that wasted their time arguing on Facebook. That's not true. No, Trump did this and Trump is that. And the next thing you know, you're suspended for 3 hours, 9 hours, 3 days, 9 days, 16 days, 30 days, 90 days. Facebook just bans you from using their platform. What a way to get people not to use something by banning people. So why would I bother being on Facebook if all I do is get same thing with Instagram? I don't really use Instagram. Every time I posted a video of a crime, I'll get banned. Same thing when I left YouTube for a while. They were banning people when I left. Like I took a break from YouTube. I was like, I don't know what I could talk about without getting banned. So I just took a hiatus from YouTube and I saw people's channels get deleted. And I'm like, damn. One of my favorites was Red Elephants. The Red Elephants with Vince every morning. I remember watching his videos every morning. He would do like a 10-15 minute video highlighting something. He would show you statistics. He would show you graphs and maps and charts, and you could see what's going on. 13% this, 50% that. He would show you that. And they took him out of YouTube. I'm like, what's going on? So a lot of the channels I used to watch, Black Pill, you could catch Devin Stacks on Odysee. He's on Wednesday nights. I mean Wednesday in the middle of the night. Wednesday to Thursday, like at 2 in the morning. Same thing on Saturdays from like 2 a.m. to 4. Hey, good morning, LDG or Geeks Enjoy. Remember, you can't argue with stupid. Nope. That's right, Kevin Kincaid. Hey, good morning, Nicky Fruit Loops. Good morning, Yeti. Good morning, Luann. Good morning, CK Benzona. I'm gonna admit something. I don't have that much of a show prepared today, folks. I'm gonna do everything for the top of my head today. But and sometimes I look for videos and I got them saved up for a rainy day. But I just gotta look up like Biden. I gotta look up what these idiots are doing. But ladies and gentlemen, what I'm noticing is we're being distracted by Russia, Ukraine. I listen to 1010 Wins. If you guys have Alexa or Google, hey Alexa, hey Google, play 1010 Wins. I'm gonna write that down. Remember, if you want to laugh at the news, they tell you we'll give you 22, give us 22 minutes, and we'll give you the world. So that's 1010 Wins. You want to listen to some New York news? Check out 1010 Wins like once in the morning and once in the evening. I check them out, and then they just repeat the news for like 3 times an hour, so it becomes repetitive, right? Their news cycle lasts 21 minutes. Give us 22 minutes, and we'll give you the world. So you listen to 1010 Wins. A lot of people drive around listen to 1010 Wins, and you hear the same news over and over and over repeated. I remember when Trump was running, they used to play, oh, Biden is meeting with the Children's Hospital today and his wife, Jill Biden. And next minute, Trump is sending us to war with not Saudi Arabia. What was that country that Trump? Oh, with North Korea. Trump wants us to is going to take us to war with North Korea. Well, Biden is visiting a children's hospital. I wonder what Biden is doing at a children's hospital. When the Hunter Biden story came out during the elections, you think 1010 Wins cover that in New York, where many people listen? Nope. They mentioned it like once, I remember. Oh yeah, the GOP. They always say the GOP. Like the GOP is a curse word. Remember we talked about the articles that start off, the GOP want to put an end to abortion. GOP wants your child to get a better education. So they do articles like that. Once you see the GOP, oh, the evil GOP want my children to have a better education. I don't want my children to have a better education. If the GOP wants my kids to be better in school, I don't want that. Ew. No, I want my kids to learn critical race theory. If the GOP is against critical race theory, I'm for That's the way some people think. So that's why they always whip out, oh, that's GOP talking points. That's right wing talking points. School choice, school vouchers. I think there's a state in Minnesota, Montana, or Idaho, one of those states where each parent gets a voucher. Instead of having public schools, parents have a voucher of where to send their schools. Because the city pays for public schools, right? For every kid, I think the city pays like $20,000 a month for each kid. That's the way Medicaid is run. I used to work for Medicaid for 10 years, Medicaid, Medicare. So by the amount of people we had enrolled in the program is the amount of money the government gave per kid. So in the beginning, there used to be fraud. Marketing reps would put down this mother had 4 kids. So let's say a mother had 2 kids, they will make up 2 extra kids. So parents were receiving 2 extra cards for 2 kids that didn't exist. This was in the beginning when I was first working there. And then they caught on because we had to make numbers. So some people might sneak in some family members, family of 5, but our taxpayer money, our sorry, let me go back for a second. How it worked, right? So let's say Juanita, right? Juanita comes in with 3 kids, anchor babies, right? Juanita comes in with 3 anchor babies, and let's say at the end of the month you gotta do 50, you have to sign up 50 kids for insurance for you to get a bonus. And Juanita comes in and you get 49. It's the 31st of the month. You just need one more to get that bonus. Okay, Juanita, thank you. Sign here, sign there. You have her sign. You're supposed to give her a copy of the application. You had a white application, red application, and a yellow one. You're supposed to give the yellow one to the client. They didn't give the yellow ones. So they'll fill it out, 3 kids. All right, thank you, Juanita. Sign here, sign here. What's your income? Oh, you don't have any income? Okay. And I used to work for a team, retention and presumptive. So then we would get the application, right? The kids would get insurance, the 4 kids. They didn't have all the documents. So the kids will go presumptive. You had onto the end, sometimes the end of the month or the 15th of the month to have insurance for the kid the next month. Kids always got the insurance first. Parents, it would take like 45 to 90 days for the insurance to kick in. Kids always got it quick. And if they had to, we put them in presumptive status. So presumptive status would come. I will have to call up Juanita. Hey, Juanita, we saw you got insurance for your kids. Congratulations, blah, 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 blah. Now we need the birth certificate for the 4th kid, John Smith. Oh, we don't have a John Smith in the house. And that's why they started finding out there was a lot of fraud going on. So with all these government programs, there's fraud in a lot of these programs. So, okay, so speaking of Atlanta, somebody brought up Atlanta. I have this footage here of a store in Atlanta getting robbed, ladies and gentlemen. So why live in a blue city like this, right? You have this store. Look at this beautiful Nike store, this beautiful, beautiful shoe store, right? Let's see what happens to this beautiful store. These look like the kind of people that will come in. Look, he brought a garbage bag. A group of people will come in. They're just coming in, cleaning racks. Just coming in, cleaning their racks. They just clean out their racks. Look at that. Atlanta, right? It looks like Clash of Clans here. It looks like a game of Clash of Clans here. And I bet you this is a black-owned store, too. It looks like a black-owned store. Or probably some Asians run it. But this is probably the store where, at least they didn't steal the sneakers, right? Steal the clothes. They didn't steal the sneakers. But how can you live in a place like this? How can you, with this demographic, right? Like, how would you have a store open in this? If I had a store, I would have closed it by now. I'm sorry. I'd rather go bankrupt than let my store get robbed by this. I'll gladly sell all this stuff on eBay. I'll shut my store down. I'll bail out the lease. The city failed me. The city has failed these people, these business owners, and I bet this is probably a black-owned store. We're probably gonna find out it's probably a black-owned store. So how are you gonna come up if your own people are robbing you? Now you have. Why live in a city where you have to deal with this, ladies and gentlemen? I'll put that again. Let me get this. Why live in a city in a place where you have to go through this? Stores getting robbed. There's an Instagram page I'm looking for. I think it's NYC Scoop. And I was like, I could make a whole show on this page because it's stuff I haven't seen it in from New York, and I can't find this page right now. NYC Scoop. That's not it. Ah man, I'm freak. I usually have this page. Ah, look at Bad Bunny and the Undertaker. Let me see if I can find it here. Crimes at NYC. Man, I had the page pulled up. I apologize. Let's check out this article real quick. This is we've been talking about George Soros. And I got the thing up already, real quick. It's a mitzvah, not anti-Semitism, to attack George Soros' dangerous DA campaign. So this is, oh my gosh. I hope you guys not eating right now. This is George Soros, ladies and gentlemen. So the reason most of the I want to say something about this word right here. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest for a second, right? If you start following the money, who's funding the destruction of America? Follow the money. Follow who's funding BLM, who's funding Antifa, ladies and gentlemen. Follow the money. Who has enough money to fund these terrorist groups that are destroying America? Who has money to put district attorneys that are defunding the police? Who has that money to do it? And everybody says Soros, Soros. It's not just Soros, it's other people. And it's other people like Soros. And where is Soros from, ladies and gentlemen? What is his bloodline? Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stop hiding. I'm not going to mention it because you know how YouTube is, but let's be honest. Let's stop fighting each other. They have us. Oh, it's Democrats' fault. It's GOP's fault. It's the blue people's fault. It's this. But who's funding to have us fighting each other? But we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it because it's anti-Semitism. That's how we cannot talk about it, right? Trump could have done the same thing Trudeau did, right? Trump could have canceled the credit cards of Antifa. We showed videos of Antifa yesterday pulling the guy out of the car. I think it happened in 2020. May 2020, Trump was president and nothing happened, right? Those guys with the guns, nobody went after them because you know why? You know who they're going to start uncovering who funds Antifa? who funds Antifa, and those are some of the Trump's friends. So you can't talk about certain things like that, ladies and gentlemen. Got to be honest here. Got to be honest that we can't talk about certain things. That's how honest it is right now. That we can't talk about certain things. Who's really funding all this stuff? We gotta be honest in a certain way, folks. Like, because we keep fighting each other, and there's somebody in the back with the puppet hands, having us to fight each other and pumping money into it, just like wrestling. They just have us fighting each other, coming up with these abortion and these things that we shouldn't be arguing about. We should be focused on the economy right now, jobs, making sure people have jobs, have money, have a place to live. Forget about this affordable housing. Oh, we got to get, how about getting people jobs so they could afford a nice place to live instead of creating these ghettos in the Bronx, in New York. In New York, what they're doing is tearing down small houses and building skyscrapers, making big buildings. Go to the Bronx. There used to be tiny colonial houses from the 1800s. George Washington probably took a dump in one of those houses. But what they do is they tear it down and build these big affordable housings, these big buildings that look like prisons, but they're affordable housings. They're just putting people on top of people on top of people in New York. It is disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. When I was a social worker for 3 months a couple of years ago, like I said, the worst job, right? The only job I was able to really get with the degree behind me was social work, ladies and gentlemen. It's a psychology degree. And I was only able to get where my degree was social work. And I said, ill, ill, ill. Never again. I'm never working for social work. I'm never becoming a social worker. It is a very disgusting job. I'd rather clean toilets for a living than be a social worker. It's pretty much the same thing. At least the toilets don't talk back to you, or the toilets don't try to attack you. Ladies and gentlemen, social work was like the worst job, ungrateful jobs. It's a job where I had to try to help people and they didn't want the help. Poor people don't want the help. People on EBT don't want the help. They just want free money. They don't want a job. They don't want to go to school. They want their free money. They want to go to their doctor's appointment for free. They 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 love to be poor. They love the government handouts. They do not. I was supposed to help people find a job. You think these people came in with a resume? They're like, I don't know how to do a resume. So when am I getting my check again? Oh no, sorry, no. We gotta get my money back. No. I'm a sue. I'm a sue. Your broke ass ain't suing nobody. They want to try to sue, and you're receiving EBT. I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue what? Sue what for $300 extra a month? I should have kept that picture up while I was talking. There we go. I should have kept that up. So you got Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner received $1.7 million during his 2017 campaign. Soros poured a whooping 125 million into a super PAC called Democracy PAC. Look at this. He affiliated PACs $17 million on local DA races. So Soros has been doing this for years, and now the fruition is coming, right? The destruction of these blue cities. Look, from 2017, from 2015 to 2019, he's been doing this for years, ladies and gentlemen. Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner received 1.7. Cook County State Attorney Ken Fox received $2 million from Soros PAC in 2021. 797 people were murdered in Chicago 25 more than 2020, ladies and gentlemen. So in Philadelphia, 559 people were murdered in his city, most in history. So after District Attorney Larry Krasner took over, 559 people are murdered, right? In Chicago, 797. So they want to talk about police getting shot by black people, people getting killed by guns, legal guns. Look what's going on here. They're creating this disaster. So the numbers go up. Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby was one of the first individuals Soros supported. By when 2014, he decided to fund progressive prosecutor election efforts. So look at this. Baltimore's homicide rate rose from a second year in a row to 337 to 221. Affirmative action higher right here, ladies and gentlemen. Crime has risen the last 2 consecutive years. Baltimore State AG Marilyn Mosby's tenure. So you either get somebody with a nose or you get somebody with dark skin. In order for you to not criticize them, right? Right? Like we play Eric Adams, right? People are attacking him because he's black, right? If you attack this guy, you're anti-Semitic, right? If you attack George Soros, you're anti-Semitic. If you attack this affirmative action hire, you're a racist, right? What is this guy over here? Where is he from? George Gascon. Look at this. Look at this dweeb. How do these dweebs and nerds and affirmative action hires get into power? Because they're funded. So when they get hired, crime goes up, ladies and gentlemen. That's all they have. Yet there, right here. Let's go right here. Let's see what it says right here. Yet there can be criticism that crosses a line, like a cartoon depicting George Soros with a Jewish religious symbol like a yarmulke. Still, Judaism as a religion and George Soros do not intersect. He's also heavily funded J Street, an organization that works closely with boycott, divestment section advocates. BDS? Is that BDS? Soros is destroying our nation's foundational principles and our democratic institutions. It's a patriotic mitzvah to stand up and say so. What the hell is mitzvah? Rabbi Dov Fischer is a Western Regional Vice President of Coalition for Jewish Values. The Nonpartisan Council of Criminal Justice just released data showing murders across 22 major U.S. cities increased 44% from 2019 to 2021. The disproportionate majority of the victims, some 10,000, were African Americans, ladies and gentlemen. 10,000 were African Americans. CCJ further reported an increase in domestic violence, guns assault, and aggravated, right? Black Lives Matter. We haven't talked about Black Lives Matter, right? I forgot to talk about Black Lives Matter, ladies and gentlemen, the other day. See, you put Black Lives Matter, right? And you can't find the scandal. I can't find the scandal. See, I can't find the article with BLM scandal. Look, you put Black Lives Matter. Oh, what a wonderful organization. I'm gonna put BLM and Amazon. Let's see. Let's see what Amazon has to say. All right, so I forgot to cover this one the other day. And he's doing a great job at it. And he's doing a great job at it. And Samantha, who's stopping Soros? Right? Why didn't Trump block his bank account? Why didn't they go after his bank account? Why they don't investigate Soros? Why? Why? Right? All this talk, we're gonna drain the swamp. So why didn't Trump stop this? Why didn't Trump stop this? Why? If we know about this, why didn't Trump stop this? If you know somebody's spreading cancer, why didn't you stop the cancer at the source? Right? So this is why I'm sorry. I can't be like, hey, Trump, Trump, woo. Some people might get upset because they idolize Trump. It's political idolatry. They idolize Trump. Trump is their God. Trump is their Jesus. I'm not happy with Trump. I hope he doesn't run again. I really don't. He had his chance. Let him have his social media. I hope we see DeSantis, maybe somebody new. I'd rather give somebody else a shot. Somebody who's actually going to do something. I'm sorry, Trump, you didn't do anything. And yeah, the media, this, and that. If the media was calling you this and that, you should have done something then, right? You should have done what the media was calling you, and you didn't do none of that. So come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest here. Let's be realistic. Yeah, he did some good things, but let's be honest here. Did he do everything? Come on. Let's be honest. We never got the wall, never drained the swamp, never locked Hillary up. People from January 6th are still locked up. He let an election get rigged. He was focused on other things and he let the election get rigged. Nothing could have been stopped. Like DeSantis. DeSantis has done a lot from Florida. Yep, the things that matter is what he failed on. So I'd rather give somebody like Ron DeSantis a shot. Ron DeSantis actually is running a state. He defied all the orders. Rob DeSantis got attacked. You know how many times Rob DeSantis got attacked by the media? And he just kept going and doing the right thing. He didn't stop to fight each one of them. He didn't stop to talk each and one reporter to fight them. He just kept on. He ignored them, right? Like you have the pigeon saying, "We gotta fight, fight." Yeah, fight for your people, not fight your enemies all the time. Fight for your people. Do what's right for your people. So, and people get mad, and people, I lost a lot of viewers when I was talking bad about Trump 2 years ago. That's when I started losing my viewers. Oh, you're a sellout. You're not a true patriot because of Trump. You're basing everything on Trump. You're not basing it on principles. If you stick to your principles, you will see that Trump didn't do the right thing. He talked a big game. Look at all the people he released at the end. Right? He didn't release anybody from January 6th. The same people that he released on January 6th are the same people destroying America today. Think about that, folks. Come on, let's be honest, folks. Let's be honest with each other. Stop with the political idolatry, please. Stop. The same thing people did with Obama. People are doing it with Trump. To this day, I still see some people doing Trump rallies every Saturday, waving Trump flags. Like, stop that. We got to stick together. Don't you see Trump is divisive? We got to stick together as Americans. Yep, Julian Assange didn't get pardoned, but Kodak Black did. And did we see what Kodak Black did, ladies and gentlemen? Trump released Kodak Black, right? He got Kodak Black out of jail. Let's see what Kodak Black just did. So this guy, right? Trump released out of jail, Kodak Black. Like I said, Trump was being a social worker, right? Instead of Trump being a president, Trump was being a social worker, right? Meeting with Kanye West, meeting with Kim Kardashian, meeting with celebrities. Hey, I'm trying to look cool. Who? I'm Trump. Instead of doing the right thing, right? So he released Kodak Black, speaks after shooting outside Super Bowl party, shows off leg injury. So let me see Kodak Black and Trump. On his last day, remember when Trump did this on his last day? Trump grants clemency to rappers Lil Wayne and Kodak Black in final flurry as presidential power.
Word of more pardons by outgoing President Trump have just come in. Let's get the news from Joe Johns at the Capitol. What do we know?
Well, we're just getting information from the White House about the pardons. And I can tell you this, according to the White House, the president granted pardons to 73 individuals, commuted the sentences of another 70. So that's what, 143 acts of clemency by the president in the last hours of his administration. And just run down through some of the names. We've already told you about Steve Bannon, that love-hate relationship he's had with who were sending money in to help build President Trump's border wall. Fundraiser for the Trump campaign, Paul Erickson, who was a conservative, individuals
Oh my
total
God! You're not even
clemency.
What a misleading headline. Then, jeez, what a misleading headline. All right, Kodak Black, who was raised in Pompano Beach, Florida, whose breakout hit "Tunnel Vision" became his first top 100 song. Kodak Black, whose real name Bill Capri, was sentenced to more than 3 years in prison for weapons charge. So Kodak Black just got shot again, right? Because he's playing around with guns. Trump pardoned this guy. Instead of letting him spend his 3 years in prison, right? He would have been in prison until this year, right? In November 2019. He would have been getting out of jail this year, and he would have not gotten shot. Trump would have let him stay in prison. But instead of Trump helping out Julian Assange, helping out real patriots, or the people from January 6th, what about those Proud Boys, right? Remember the Proud Boys that got arrested in New York for fighting for Gavin McInnes? Why didn't Trump forgive those Proud Boys? Remember those Proud Boys? I knew. Oh my gosh, I just remember them. Remember the Proud Boys from right here. Look at this. See Trump. Why 2019? Man, Maxwell. Why didn't Trump pardon the Proud Boys? See, Trump doesn't do anything to Antifa. 2 Proud Boys members sentenced to 4 years over NYC melee. 2 members of the far-right Proud Boys have each been sentenced for 4 years in prison for part of the street fight that followed a speech in last year's Metropolitan. Shout out to Maxwell Hare. I know him. 2 members of the far-right Proud Boys were sentenced Tuesday to 4 years in prison for their roles in a street fight. So Kodak Black had a gun and Trump pardoned him, right? Proud Boys fighting for Trump. Woo! Trump, Trump, Trump. Defending the Republican Party. Why no Republican came up and batted for these gentlemen? Right? Why Gavin McInnes ran away from this? Why did they leave these people hanging out to dry? Trump didn't protect his own. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to jail. I spent 2 nights in LA as a county or whatever. When I was in a city, I was in one of those city meetings in LA in California. I said something wrong and I got arrested. I didn't fight. I used my words and I got arrested. Yes, I said something stupid, but I got arrested. I spent 2 nights. I didn't have to see a judge. Ladies and gentlemen, that's when I started saying Trump doesn't give a damn about me. You think Trump called? You think Pence called? You think anybody in the White House called? And that's when I realized, why am I going to fight for a political candidate that does not give a shit about me? Why? Why give my life? Why give my freedom for politics? For what? Why become a martyr? You have one life. You have one life, ladies and gentlemen. And I took it as a Jonah in the whale. God put me in that space so I could think. Those 2 days, I was thinking about my life, ladies and gentlemen. I got out. The next week, I was back in college full time, and I got the college degree. I was like, I'd rather be in college getting this degree than being locked up or anything like that. It taught me a lesson. It made me a better person. Those 2 nights there, it made me a better person. Because I'm like, I don't want to be here. I want to be free. And I work my hardest. If I have to work through 2-3 jobs to be free, I want to be free. I want to have my own job. I want to have my own life. I want to make the best out of my life, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what I did. I went out after I finished college. I went out to Houston, Florida, I was even homeless for like a month. Then I had to go back to move in with my parents. Retool, right? To take 2 steps back to take a step forward. I did that. You got to make sacrifices sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. So the moral of the story today is, ladies and gentlemen, make your life better. Improve your life. Do what you got to do to make your life better. It could be worse. It could be worse if you let it. I don't like these protests. You will never catch me in a protest, ladies and gentlemen. My advice to you, don't protest. It doesn't get you anywhere. Yeah, the Canada convoy, people, yeah. When the real civil war pops up, save yourself for that real civil war. Same thing with YouTube. When they were censoring people, I took a break from YouTube because I didn't want to lose my channel. So you got to play smart, ladies and gentlemen. Just be smart. Don't work hard. Work smart, so you don't have to work hard. And I speak. I'm not the most educated person in the world. I might not come off like polished, but I speak based on my experiences. I'm going to be 37 years old. I've been through some stuff. If I was 23 years old, you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I've been through some stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not trying to get into any more stuff. Like, I touched the edges of the bad stuff, and I'm like, I dipped my foot in that pool, and I'm like, I don't want to go in there. So I want to thank God. I want to thank my parents, like, for raising me right, even though I've done stupid things. But I'm still here alive, to tell about it. So, we should use our experience to help. I love talking to young people, like young men. When I meet a coworker or a guy that's young, like 20, and I'll be like, pause, not like that. But like, I get to talk to them. I get to like mentor them. Like, hey man, work hard. You're young. You got a good back. Work hard. Make your money now. Stop chasing skirt. Make money right now. So when you're my age, you could be chilling. You could be relaxing. You could probably have your own business. And I met some young people, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe there is a future. Maybe there is a future. Some of these young guys are like, oh, we're into stocks, investing. And I'm like, damn, maybe there is a future. Maybe there is. As long as they stay out I always tell, stay out of college. I'm like, don't waste your $10,000 a year. Hey, how's it going, Angela Rico? Long time no see. Long time no see. You see, yeah, I won't vote for Trump. I wouldn't, ladies and gentlemen. As me personally, I'll go with Rob DeSantis or anybody else. I just don't want to fall into that again. And you had your opportunity, and you failed the people that supported you the most. These Proud Boys, right? They went at the time. They were going out to fight for the Proud Boys, right? They used to do the body work. This man lost 4 years of his life. He had a good job because he went being a Proud Boy. 2 Proud Boys sentenced to 4 years, ladies and gentlemen, for punching Antifa. Antifa never pressed charges on them, ladies and gentlemen. Maxwell, 27 years old. He's going to be 31 when he comes out. Young Kingsman, 40 years old. This man has a family. From a fight from 2018. Why didn't Trump pardon them? Their lawyer said they acted in self-defense when masked protester threw a bottle. I'm sorry for the whole mess. I regret the entire incident, said Kingsman, a married father of 3 from Morristown. A father of 3. His 3 kids are growing up without him for 4 years. The Southern Poverty Law Center, a liberal advocacy organization, has designated that all male Proud Boys as a hate group. The Proud Boys made headlines last week when the police chief in East Hampton, Connecticut, ruled that the officer's membership in the group didn't violate department policies. McGinnis, a Vice Media co-founder, quit the Proud Boys a month after the clash outside the. Look at this. Gavin McGinnis, Another coward that I met. He's a coward. Piece of garbage. Let his men rot in jail. Ladies and gentlemen. So the only group that fought against Antifa, right, during the Trump days, right, got destroyed, dismantled, lost their leader, people went to jail, and Trump didn't do nothing about it. Trump didn't do anything about it, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, we went off on a good little tangent here, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, Trump, right? Trump couldn't help out those two Proud Boys, right? Cut their sentences in half. Like, hey, you're out, boys. They could have been with their families a year extra. But Trump released this guy. I still don't got the picture of Trump and Kodak Black. Hold on, before I want you guys to see the visual. This guy got into another shooting, right? This guy got arrested for holding a gun, and Trump pardoned him. And look, Kodak Black is reflecting on being shot in the leg outside of Los Angeles. So we can probably say Trump got him shot because he should have been in jail still. The 24-year-old rapper took onto Instagram Live on Friday to discuss the shooting incident, which occurred outside the Nice Guy restaurant in the early hours of February 11th. Following a Justin Bieber concert, 3 other men were also shot, but their injuries were not life-threatening. Oh, this is what he wrote. Oh, want to see his video? Can we see his video? Oh, this is the guy that Trump released, ladies and gentlemen. This is the man that Trump released. He couldn't release the Proud Boys. He couldn't release Julian Assange. This is the man who Trump released. This is who Trump released, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not playing. This shit pussy with that nigga. Alright, whatever, nigga take they lick.
Thank you, Trump.
Nobody want that shit. Alright, whatever. You hear me? But at the end of the day, nigga ain't hiding this shit. This what it is. Screenshot it, be happy about it, whatever. Hooray. Celebrate this motherfucker, you hear me? About time. With this motherfucker, man. About time, you hear me? Fuck, nigga. You ain't on that shit. We ain't say no more. That was why he wanted you to sit down and spit, bro. I ain't on some shit like that. Shit. Okay, but whatever. You hear me? Screen record this shit. Oh, whatever. What? Man, fuck. He ain't hiding this shit. It's what it is.
Thank you, Trump.
Hey. That's what it is. I done stood up and shit.
They hit 100 dips every day, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Man, I done stood up and multiple and shit out, man.
Thank you, Trump.
Scratch, man, just got a scratch, you hear me? Everybody say it really.
I don't, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what the hell he just said. But right, Trump. What's the picture with him and Trump? I guess he didn't take a picture with him. So look, see, that's the guys that Trump pardoned, man. Trump couldn't pardon 2 Proud Boys, but he pardoned those 2 clowns, right? There you go, Trump, right? Trump pardoned these 2 clowns, but he couldn't pardon 2 Proud Boys. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Another thing that's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. My time is up, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go to work. I gotta head on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Comment. I'm gonna give you guys some shout outs. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I apologize, my shows are being short, but I gotta pay the rent, ladies and gentlemen. Rent is getting expensive. Gas is getting expensive. I got to go work them long hours, ladies and gentlemen. I'm working longer hours now, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. I got to be at work. I got a new opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. So everything works out good. Shout out to Yeti Machete that loves the Justin Bieber music. Shout out to FTW Nil at work. Shout out to you. Shout out to B Smiley. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the coffees, B Smiley. I appreciate you. I usually thank you, but I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Appreciate the coffees. I see them. I appreciate you. Shout out to Yeti Machete. Shout out to D Gulag. I appreciate you guys with the coffees and the PayPals and the Cash App. It means a lot. Helps me out pay the light, pay the cable bill, pay for StreamYards. It helps me keep the show going. Every little bit counts. I appreciate it, man. You know, it helps produce the show. That's why I say you guys sponsor the show. Even $5, it goes towards a light bill. It helps out a lot, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, I can focus on my other bills, and I appreciate you guys. So that's why I love doing this show. It's worry-free. I don't have to worry about, oh my God, I gotta pay the light, I gotta pay the internet. It's worry-free. All right, let me rewind this song a little bit. I was talking too much. Shout out to D Gulag. Shout out to B Smiley. Shout out to Nicky Fruit Loops. Shout out to J Bruh Contrarian. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to B Smiley. Shout out to J Bree Contrarian. Shout out to Super Spur. Shout out to Nicky Fruit Loops at the Man Cave. Shout out to Kimberly Gaillard. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to Nadia Martinez. Shout out to Shakes M. Shout out to Nadia Martinez. Shout out to Yeti Machete. Shout out to Jan. How's it going, Jan? Shout out to Nadia Martinez. Shout out to Irina C. Speak your mind and we appreciate it. Thank you, Irina C. That's right, I gotta speak your mind. Shout out to Angela Rico. Haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to you. Good morning. Shout out to the Peaceful Penguin. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to the J Bruh Contrarian. Oh, it's J Bruh Contrarian. It was a J Bruh? Like J Bruh Contrarian. Shout out to Nadia Martinez. Shout out to the Peaceful Penguin. Man Cave. Sometimes they get. Shout out to D Gulag. I'm missing the next half an hour because that's when my ratings pick up in the 8:30 to 9 o'clock hours. My ratings pick up. But shout out to Rocket Man, Rocky Matrix. I can't be at two places at once. Shout out to Rocket Man, Rocky Matrix. Shout out to Samantha 1776. Shout out to the Peaceful Penguin. Shout out to Kimberly Gaillard. Shout out to B Smiley. Shout out to Peaceful Penguin. Who else is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Shout out to Angela Rico. Good morning. 3-hour commute this morning. Listening to the Radis. Appreciate it. I wish I was 3 hours long today. I mean, like legal Latino. I should have took a blue chew. Shout out to Kevin Kincaid. Shout out to Kevin Kincaid. Shout out to D Gulag. Right? If I want to go for 3 hours, I should have took in a blue chew. Shout out to Peaceful Penguin. Shout out to the Kimberly Gaillard. Shout out to Kevin Kincaid. Shout out to Irina C. Shout out to Janine Sexton. Shout out to Mindy Hellbush. Shout out to LGG or Geeks and Joy. Go check them out. Go check out LDG. Check out the waiting room, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Lou and Petty. Good morning, Kimberly Gaillard. Good morning, Debbie Ann. Good morning, 5:45 here and watching you live finally. Thank you, Debbie Ann. Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Last call. Shout out to CK Benzona. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Last call. Who we got in the chat? Last call. Jenny Sexton. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, LDG. Check out LDG in the waiting room. Check them out. You can hang out in the waiting room. All right, thank you. Shout out to Mysterious. Shout out to Andrew Audio. Shout out to Blues Dolls. Shout out to Rocketman, Rocky Matrix. Shout out to Hakeem. Shout out to Swally. Shout out to Timu. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to Roots. Shout out to the Library Show. Shout out to Winning TV. Shout out to Wu Wayne. Who else is it? I hope I got everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Last call. Did I get everybody? Shout out to Ginger. There we go. That's right. Shout out to Josephine Lopez. Did I get everybody, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope I got everybody. I'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. God willing, I'll be back tomorrow live, hopefully early. Take care, everybody. Have a great, productive day.